Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Remy and thank you for joining me on today's journey into the metaverse. This is a big week for Upland. They are doing their Genesis Week event. There's a live event going on in Las Vegas, and there is a bunch of in-game events happening right now. In this video, I'll be covering all the events. Make sure you don't miss out because there is a lot of cool prizes. To start off, here is the schedule for the entire week. Today, June 6th, there is 4 challenges that begin, right? So Genesis Challenge begins, the Treasure Rush, the registration for the Lighted Up opens, and the Cross Cities collections. Now, what are all these events? Well, let's go through it. Now, what's cool about each of these challenges is that the winners of each of these challenges get an entry to win a 1-of-1 MV Motors Series 1 Genesis trim. If you haven't seen the car, here is the sneak peek. Yes, if you do these challenges and win, you will get an entry to win this car in Upland. Now, I can't even imagine the secondary market value for this because it's a 1-of-1, but man, does it look cool. I hope all the cars look like this in the game. But back over to the events. For the first event, we got the Cross City collections. Now, for a limited time, 4 new collections are going to be available in Upland from June 6th to June 10th. So a 4-day period. Now, these collections are a bit different. You don't get any yield boosts. You only get a one-time reward and a spark bonus. So you do get spark for completing these collections, which I recommend doing because spark is obviously what makes Upland run, right? We got the World Traveler, own a property in 5 different cities. That's not too hard. Eastern Nomad, own 3 properties in 3 different cities on the East Coast. Now right here, you have Manhattan, Staten Island, Queens, Bronx, Brooklyn, and Rutherford all count as the East Coast. Then we got the Western Nomad, which is the same thing but on the West Coast, and San Fran, Santa Clara, Oakland, Fresno, Los Angeles, and Bakersfield count for those. And then we got Central Nomad, which is the same thing but centralized, obviously. Nashville, New Orleans, Kansas City, Chicago, Cleveland, and Detroit. So make sure you're getting some properties there because then you can get some spark for owning these collections. Now, for this Rising Star Challenge, which is included into the collections, complete as many collections as possible between Monday, today, and June 10th, Friday, to climb the leaderboard. The top finisher will receive an entry to get the Genesis trim. The top 50 finishers will be rewarded with Spark and UPX. 0.2 Spark going to rank number 1, dwindling down from there. So that is the Cross Cities collections. Next up, we have the Lighted Upland Scavenger Hunt. Now, registration for this starts right now. In order to register for this scavenger hunt, you will want to go to your Upland, click the 3 dots button, Treasures. Now, you have to make sure that the location is Brooklyn because this hunt does start in Brooklyn, and right here you will see a registration. I'm recording this video a day prior, so right here you should see a register for the hunt. Now, once you're registered for the hunt, it starts at June 7th, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, this is a time-sensitive thing. The first people to finish it will get the better rewards. Now, there are a ton of awards for this hunt, including the Cars NFT Wizard Block Explorer. This thing right here, UPX, Spark, and an entry into the Genesis Week grand prize for the car, right? But you have to think, block explorers are soon going to have attributes that give them certain abilities and benefits when it comes to the racing. And I think racing is going to be massive in Upland. So who knows? There could be a bunch of crazy perks for these block explorers when it comes to racing. So they might be pretty valuable. Now, like I said, the registration starts right now and it ends tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It costs 5,000 UPX to register. Now, this is for the competitive. There is a casual version of the scavenger hunt that you can participate in if you just want to see what the hunt is all about, but you won't be getting those great rewards, including the Block Explorer and the entry into the 1-of-1 car. The first 200 Uplanders to complete the competitive Lighted Upland hunt will be eligible for rewards. Now, how do hunts work? Once a scavenger hunt begins, you will need to click into the treasures menu and select the hunt you previously registered for. Selecting the location will prompt you with a clue, and each clue will describe the name of the next location in the hunt. And you have to use your resources available to you to find out what the address is. So basically, you'll be getting clues, you have to find the address, you'll send to that address, And once you're on that address, a treasure will appear, you claim it, and then you get the next clue. Throughout the hunt, expect to see a variety of different types of clues, including ciphered messages, riddles, and historical references. They recommend you have Google handy and a pen and paper. I recommend you get some people to do it with because it's, again, going to be competitive. Just lastly, for this event, it does say there's going to be around 60 minutes in travel time because you'll be going from city to city. So recommend spending a good hour and a half on this hunt. The next event is the Genesis Challenge, and it starts today and it goes till Friday. Winners get the Spark UPX and an entrance into the Genesis Block Explorer, and there's a secret prize, right? The more you play, the more chances you have to win. Essentially, during this week, you could be playing the game and earning entries, and at the end, they'll be drawing people. Now, there's many ways you can earn entries. Activities, you can do sends, you can mint properties, you can sell a property, you can purchase a property, you can swap properties, you can spawn a standard treasure, you can complete a collection, you can compete in the treasure rush, which is next, you can do the historic Upland tour, which is another event, and then the lighted up Upland hunt. So those are all different events that you could participate in to get yourself some entries to hopefully get drawn. Now right here, you have the daily maximum points that you can earn from each. So let's say you're sending, right? You get 1 entry per send, and you can only get up to a daily max of 5. So I recommend this week, if you're in Upland, just go send around, maybe buy a property, compete in these other things. You'll get your entries, and who knows, you might be lucky and you might be the winner, right? I will put the articles of all these events down below so you can look for yourself. Now the rewards for this Genesis Challenge is there'll be daily drawings, and each day people will be getting a gold Genesis Block Explorer or a blue Genesis Block Explorer. Now, I do like the Block Explorers because think about it. Again, they're going to have attributes, and these ones are probably going to have some of the highest tier attributes in the game because they're coming from events. Now on to the next event. Yes, I know there is a lot. So starting today and going till Thursday, there is going to be a treasure rush event. Now this event is new. When the treasure rush mode is active in a city, you can start your 30-minute rush at any time. So basically this event, you get a 30-minute period with unlimited sends, and you have to find as many treasures as possible. And the more treasures you find, obviously the higher up on the leaderboard, the more rewards you get. Now this game mode is split between the tiers of the cities. Now here's a schedule for the 30-minute periods you will have for the rush mode. Again, it's different for each city because each city has a different tier. Now during this event, you won't be finding normal treasure. You'll be finding blue or gold treasure chests. Most of the time you'll be finding blue, but occasionally you'll find gold with a lot more UPX. Now the rewards are a bit similar. The Uplander who finds the most treasures will earn an entry into the Genesis Week grand prize of the 1-of-1 car, right? But then there's also other awards such as UPX and Spark that are differentiated based on the tier of city that you're in. So obviously tier 1 being the highest and tier 5 being the lowest. I'm personally going to be hunting in a tier 1 city because go big or go home. Last but not least, we have the historic Upland tour. And remember, participating in all of these events will get you entries for the Genesis Challenge. Now this tour will start in Santa Clara. Registration for it begins June 8th at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is my birthday. And then the hunt begins June 9th. Now, if you do this hunt, you do get entries. Yeah, you'll be traveling around different cities, seeing all of Upland has to offer. And as a reward, you'll get 0.01 Spark. There's no competitiveness. The registration fee is 2,000 UPX, and you'll earn that back through the course of the event. This is just a way to get entries and 0.01 Spark. So do it if you want. I know there was a lot of information. I can hardly keep up myself. Upland has been pumping out the content, constantly posting announcements, which is what you need in a crypto space. You can't let the hype die, and Upland is not letting it die at all, which is fantastic. I'm really happy to see all of these announcements, even though there's it's a little overwhelming. There's so many events. So if you guys are participating in the events, let me know how you guys did down below. I mean, it starts today, so you better get on it. You better register for all these different tours. Let me know how you guys do, and best of luck. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'll be doing a bunch more Upland content because I do love the metaverse and I'm personally invested myself. And as always, everybody, I'll see you in the next video.